321 Media and the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce presents another episode of Community Conversations. I'm here at the cafe with
Steve Corrigan.
And Steve, you are?
I'm the general manager of the cafe in beautiful downtown Westerly.
Well, thank you for being here today on this. It's such a beautiful place.
Not a very beautiful day out, but a beautiful place here
but
inside.
it brightens up in here.
Yeah,
so talk a little bit about you coming to the cafe and its origin story. And
Sure. So I arrived. So going back a bit, I was raising my family down on the Hudson River in a little town called Hastings on Hudson in New York, and
I know someone from Hastings on Hudson.
And I had left about a 20-odd year career on the corporate side in the international wine and spirits business to get back into restaurants, which was my very first career coming out of college, and it sort of never left my bloodstream. For those of us in this business who have got it, it's hard to get rid of. And so I had a wonderful career outside of the restaurant business, got back into it, and was raising my family and getting back into restaurants down in Westchester County. And then that little thing called COVID happened, which of course was quite painful. But coming out of that, I have a great business partner and mentor out in the Bay Area in California who called me up, said, we're going to open a restaurant together coming out of the pandemic, and we're going to make lots of money and have lots of fun. And so my wife and I put our house on the market. We told everyone we were moving to California, and about 3 months later, the phone call came that we had lost the deal. Serendipitously, my dear old friend, Mr. Dan King, called me up, and he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, funny you should ask." And I told him the story, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, actually, we got this pretty cool project up here in Westerly. Obviously a place where he and his family, the Royce family, have very, very deep roots." And he said, "Why don't you come on up and have a look around?" So I did. And I met Dan right here, just over at the table, just over there, out of sight. But he gave me the tour and told me what was going on and what the plans were. And I took one look at Westerly, and I said, "This is an amazing opportunity. Not only this beautiful place called the Cafe, which was sort of being given to me to get up and running, but more importantly, what we were doing in town." And the direction that that Westerly was going with the theater and any number of other projects underway. About 6-8 months later, we put this thing together, and we opened formally. We opened in November of 2021, right after the Omicron variant along the COVID calendar, and it's been full on since then. And I couldn't be happier with the choice that I made. I couldn't be prouder than I am of what we have built and what we continue to build here.
Yeah, and we'll get to Westerly in a bit, but I want to also ask you, when you come in here, there is a feel, there's an emotion, and I can clearly see it's connected. You're connected to it. It
is that what you're feeling, and I hear it on a nightly basis without exaggeration. It's intentional. Dan King and I, we sat for day after day and wrote plans and talked about what we're trying to do here. And it was really to create a place that the doors were open to everyone, while also creating something that's a little bit aspirational, that's a little bit special, a little bit exceptional. This has been an incredible privilege. Being part of this. And
so give people a little information about how the menus how you derive the menu and the bar as well.
So one of the words, another one of the sort of buzzwords that I use, that we use is in the business is balance. Everything in balance. So whether that is the cocktail that's sitting in front of you needs to be balanced, strong, sweet, bitter. The amount of time it takes to get that cocktail needs to be in balance with the overall dining experience. So that would be sort of the buzzword I would use. And in creating our menus, in creating our kind of culinary and beverage program, we look a lot at how do we create something special without being sort of over the top? Something that conveys that emotion that you mentioned, Bruce. You know, how do you do something as simple as a hamburger and French fries, and have the guest, or as simple as a margarita, for example, and have the guest somehow get that feeling and realize that there's been care that's gone into the choices that have been made to provide that end product. And so we have a relatively new chef. We hired Chef Jordan Keene about 5 months ago, and Chef Jordan's really taken over our culinary program and taken us from what was something that was exceptional, and is just bringing us into the next levels from the culinary side. And he's got this incredible talent and this ability to take, as I said, sort of simple, almost comfort food, and elevate it and bring it into new directions. From a beverage side, I mean, I'm an old man now, and I've forgotten a lot of things. So I learned this from some great mentors who just said, surround yourself with people smarter than you are. And so I try to do that. And on the beverage side, I would say, so far so good. I've got a sommelier. So when you come in, the wine program is extremely well thought through in terms of balance with the culinary side. I've got incredible cocktails. I've got two kind of primary bartenders who are exceptionally talented. And then we have something I know very little about. We have an incredible beer program behind the bar as well. Really, really good, focused on local and regional breweries. Difficult to get offerings from those breweries. So again, everything in balance. Everything here needs to play nicely together to convey that feeling.
It's all interwoven together. And
it's all interwoven. And then, of course, I mean, I've put it last in the list, but it probably should be closer to the top, is the service that we provide. And the front of house staff is I ride on their coattails every day. They're the ones that when I get people leaving the front door saying what an amazing experience they had, you know, it's on their coattails that comes.
So coming from Westchester up to Westerly, what is your what do you love about Westerly? What do you love about this area? What do you love about this street? And
what do I love about it? I mean, you know, let me count the ways. I mean, honestly, if I'm truthful, I spend a lot of time here in this space, and I mean, you know, for you, for those of us who have spent time here as guests or in other ways, what an amazing place to be able to call my office. I get to come here every day, and so even on a gray and rainy day like it is outside, I walk in here and I think, man, how did I get this lucky? What I've loved about this place in the context of the broader question that you've just asked is I live about 100 yards down the road here in downtown, and I've watched this little town go from those dark days. I mean, 2021, times were different. And this town is just blossoming, and Mr. Royce's vision when he you know, decades ago, said the bones of this town, the way it curves, the way the sort of downtown curves with the curvature of the Pawcatuck River, Wilcox Park, and then of course the amazing work that Carly's doing next door, and the energy that theater has created. It's palpable. I just love it. It's been a great privilege. It's been an amazing ride, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, it's great. You know, I think that like you know, I work at the Chamber downtown in Mystic, and people say, you know, you're so lucky to come here. You know, to be in Mystic and work downtown, and I am. Well, but I want to say it's equally as impressive to hear you say the same thing. About where you work.
I remember, I'll tell a little story, and I'll keep it brief. I remember the first time I sat with you, Bruce and Megan, right at the table just over there. And it was it's a memory. It's a Westerly memory for me that's etched because I looked across the table at two people who got it, who were like, this is happening, and the more of us that can kind of get on board and get excited and look at this with those sort of with the eyes that see what it is, what it was, what it has been, which is great, what it is becoming, which is great, and where it's going and the potential. What a great sort of continuum to be on.
It's what gets you up in the morning.
It really is.
You know,
it really
is. That drive to, and I see it here to continue to elevate and make things better and improve upon. And,
aspire to.
Aspire to, exactly.
You know, and I mean that, by the way. That meeting really was. That is a moment that I think about when we met, and I said, "Oh, I've got kindred spirits here."
For sure.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming, if people who are watching, they're coming, what's your favorite dish here at the cafe? What do you like? If you, I know they're all your children.
That's like Sophie's choice. Yeah, I love them all. Yeah, it's like my children. I love them all equally, but I love certain ones more equally than others on any given day. You know, we got the best burger. I think we've got the best burger on the East Coast. But again, what Chef Jordan is putting out right now, we've got a shrimp and grits on the menu, which is just to die for. It's fantastic. Our sticky toffee pudding from the dessert side is the stuff of legend at this point. And then, you know, on any given night, depending on the mood, we've got a couple of really cool menus at the bar that are really kicking off. We've got a burger, beer, and wine special on Monday nights. We've got a fried chicken and champagne on Tuesday nights. We do tiny teenies and shorties in the cocktail side on Thursday nights. So, as I said, on any given night, I come in excited about one or another thing.
Well, I think that's the exciting thing is that not only are you a restaurant, full service bar, but you also do drink special tastings, like you do drink classes, like where you where your sommelier, I think, teaches.
David, my sommelier does a lot of education, less at the moment external to guests and more sort of internal, so that our staff can speak eloquently to the guests about the wine. We started about almost 2 years ago now, interestingly, a program called Cocktail Hour at the Cafe with Dale DeGroff. And Dale DeGroff is just a legend, full stop in this world. He happens to live locally, and he's a great friend of mine. He's a great friend of the cafes, and he and I very organically just sitting. Dale was sitting at the bar, and I was there, and we said, let's have some fun. And thus was born Cocktail Hour at the Cafe. It's one Tuesday every month.
Okay.
5:30 to 7:30, 20 people max. Dale, who's a great historian, great raconteur, fantastic bartender. He does some history, and we talk about whatever it is we're talking about, whether it's sours or whiskeys or you name it. We've got next one coming up is St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So. And then we go, our guests, we adjourn to the bar, and with Dale in the center and my incredible bar team in support, everyone shakes and stirs and makes their own cocktails and learns a little bit about how to craft a cocktail. So there is an educational part of it. It's another thing Dan and I wanted to get into the kind of DNA of the restaurant.
Nice. Well, on that note, I'm going to end it. I want to thank Steven, the Cafe, and 321 Media and the Greater Michigan Chamber of Commerce. We are finished here for the day, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Let's get a drink.
Let's get a drink. Thank
you.